Hello, my name is Sebastian Schiller. I'm a director at Körber Supply Chain Software. And today I'm going to show you how our customer JYSK is using an SAP EWM solution that we implemented here in Sofia. Let's go in. Hi Jaroslav.
Hi Sebastian.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you.
So this is Jaroslav and he might introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Jaroslav Sobczyk. I am Logistic Director managing the DC here in Bulgaria, newest DC of JYSK. JYSK is a Scandinavian chain of stores and web shops offering the articles for sleeping and living. We are in the Central Balkan, close to Sofia in Bulgaria. We are servicing 5 countries around: Romania, Bulgaria, Greece, Serbia and Bosnia. The solutions, meaning software and automation, were delivered by Körber Supply Chain Software and Automation. And in order to see the details, let me introduce Dimitar, who is going to guide us to the facility.
Hi, nice to see you again,
Hi,
Sebastian.
nice to see you.
Hi, I'm Dimitar, Logistic Development and Controlling Manager. So let's go to the warehouse. This, Sebastian, is the unloading area. So let's go quickly what's happening here in this area. First, the truck passes through the gatehouse where it is checked in the system, and then our truck driver arrives, and then he goes to our office where our office assistants give him the exact door. So what they need to do is to check in the driver in the correct door, which is predefined by the system, and then they hand over him a printed document from the system so that he knows to which door to park. Then we also start the unloading process in the office. Then the system prints us a document which we hand over to our unloaders so that they know what kind of goods they will unload.
And then I see several shapes of the goods. So do you somehow measure them and track them, and what are you using the tools for?
Yeah, we measure each good and we put in the system the measurements so that the system can calculate the volume of those goods, which is after that very important for the planning process.
Okay, then I see pallets are built up standing here. How are they moved to the automation system?
Once the good registration part is done, then our forklift drivers, they receive automatically tasks in the system. And then they go and grab the pallets and just put into the automation part.
How do you ensure that the goods are not falling around?
First, we post the goods on the pallet so that we know on which pallet what kind of goods there are. And then the system proposes us, based on experience and based on the previous deliveries of the product, whether those goods need to be wrapped, and they're automatically wrapped in our automation part.
And then just goes up to where?
It goes to the RGV, so let's go and see the automation part.
Ah, and here we are at the RGV area, Dimitar.
Exactly. And as you notice, we're in the second floor.
Ah, okay, so this was the lower level?
Yeah, the pallets are going through an elevator and then they come to our RGV loop. Before they come here, they're automatically measured so that they can hit the correct height class in our high bay storage area.
Ah, so we have different height classes in the storage area, in the high bay, to store them differently?
We optimize the storage space.
And then I see some pallets going out here.
So we have a random quality check by the system, but the pallet goes to our high bay, and then it automatically comes here.
All the way down the RGV is the central point where all the pallets are always going in and out and surrounding. How many vehicles do you have?
We have 35 vehicles. They of course depend on the capacities, because sometimes they park. If we have a lower day, some of them are staying in the parking. And when we have more jobs, then they start to operate.
And I saw some sort of flaps and switching devices, or what is this actually?
Yeah, exactly. As you saw, we have 2 high bays, and those switching devices we use to make shortcuts so that we optimize the transport job.
What kind of system, or how many different systems do you have actually to control this?
We have one seamless system which is controlling all kind of processes in our warehouse. SAP WM, yeah, both covering the whole DCB, yeah, including automation parts.
Okay, then I'm very interested to see the high bays as well.
Let's go and see the high bays then.
Hi Jaroslav, nice to meet you again.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
I'm just checking the crane number 15 is working fine.
Oh, and it's working?
Yeah, it is.
That's good to hear.
We are in the storage, our high bay area. We are now in front of high bay 1. So each high bay have 7 aisles, so 7 cranes, totally 14, where we store our goods.
Okay, and 120,000 locations, double deep storage, I guess.
Exactly.
Jaroslav, why has JYSK decided to go with an automated warehouse like this?
First of all, because of the scale. We are a huge retailer. It's also about big volumes, and we need some reliable, scalable solution also for storaging. So we are able to store and deliver goods to the store as fast as possible. We're opening more and more stores here, so it's a natural step for us. Previously, we serviced the stores here from Poland, and now deciding to move here a bit closer to customers, which is also coming from our strategy, and also a very important impact for the environmental perspective.
Is SAP the strategic partner for all of these for JYSK?
Yes, so we decided to start using SAP standards because of the flexibility, of the possibility also to have the one-site solution, meaning that we are able to service both stores and online customers with the same system, which is critical for the future and is also reflecting the trends on the market, on the retail market. So we strongly believe that this is the right setup, having one supplier and being able to also develop the solution in the future and adjust according to the trends on the market.
Okay, perfect. Dimitar, I just understood we have now received the point where all the goods are in the high bay, and to get them out, I think something needs to be done with planning, or how is it?
Yeah, it should be done. The heart of the distribution center is the planning.
Okay, and where is it?
Let's go and see.
Now we're in the planning department, the heart of our DCB. So here, the whole planning in our distribution center happens, both inbound, outbound. I will show you how actually this happens in reality, and our colleague will introduce a few steps.
Yes, perfect. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
So I will show you how the system will set the appropriate door according to loadings. I choose 3 trucks for loading for the first shift.
That's the time when the forwarder wants to pick up the trucks, the goods. Okay, thank you. And now the system decides which door is the best to load from according to some strategies.
Yes. And then the final step is to confirm the door, after which the system will start with generating the picking list and to preparing the goods for loading.
Now that the planning is done, I would propose that we go and see the next process.
Yes, perfect.
So let's show you how we control our warehouse.
Okay, yes.
Here we have the whole warehouse, real time, what's happening, how things are moving around. So we have the high base, we have the RGV whoop with the pallets. So all of them, of course, we know the destinations, where they're going. So it's easy to control our process with this integrated solution.
Okay, and you see in real time what happens, and if any status change, it is displayed?
Yeah, it's automatically displayed here, but it's also displayed in our SAP system as those are integrated, as you already know.
Okay.
So we could easily see the statuses, because they change in real time. And it's really easy for us to find what's going on the shop floor.
Okay, so this is for real time, and what about testing?
For this, we have a separate testing system. And there, what is really interesting is the emulation model. So here you also see pallets going around the RGV loop, going into the high bay, and we have the full coverage so that we are prepared for the production system.
Okay, and this helps you to ensure your quality to stay stable on the production system in case of new stuff.
We are in the picking area, so I'll tell you what happens next.
Yes.
After the planning step, we have the goods retrieved from the high bay, so they're replenished down to the picking area through the RGV system, down to those elevators over there. From there, our forklift drivers, they receive tasks so that they can distribute all these replenished goods to the correct spot in the picking area.
How is it controlled from the different FABs that the trucks are not missing any of the
Yeah, it's
picks.
fully controlled by the system. We have a track optimization so that they can find the correct spot in the correct time. It's minimizing the empty driveway so that we get a more optimized transport on the shop floor.
I see a huge amount here, a huge spot. How do you control this actually?
We have in the FAB more than 2,000 locations, and in those locations we have a full separation of picking classes. Currently we have 4 picking classes, heavy, big, normal, top, where we divide our articles in these groups. And then we place them accordingly. The system finds the correct spot for the article and places it in the correct location. We have a nice process in the system called full pallet picks, and it's just a ready picked pallet which just skips the picking area and goes to either consolidation or wrapping.
And how does the system deal with the different sizes of platforms and Euro pallets as we see?
Yeah, this is a master data thing which we can control, because on the shop floor we have Euro pallet locations, but then once we need to put a platform, then the system just consumes 3 locations instead of 1.
And then the picking tour starts.
The picking tour starts, then the Mobisys guy gets a picking list of the whole things that he needs to pick, and then he executes the picks in every location.
Okay, and in case your assortment might change, where you have more big or more small articles, how do you deal with this?
This is also flexible as it's master data, because we can easily adapt the layout and change the layout accordingly to our assortment.
The pallet is completed and
Then it goes either to consolidation or to wrapping, system guided, and the pallet continues its journey. So I propose let's go to the next stop.
Yes, okay.
Online e-commerce area. If you order on our website, they end up here. And do you know why?
No.
No, because we need to pick in pieces. The goods must come here. You need to open the box and pick your piece.
How do you logistical-wise optimize everything?
We optimize a lot the picking process, because as you see, we have a picking trolley where we could pick the same piece which you ordered and then somebody else ordered. We can pick it from the same picking bin in an optimized picking tour, so that with one shot we get both customers picked. Picking trolley ends up here. The boxes are going to the packaging machine. They're measured in order to prepare a customized box without air.
Okay, that's nice, so you don't ship much air around it.
Yeah.
Okay, but as I understand, the packages are finalized here, so you need to have some labels, otherwise you can ship it.
Exactly. The SAP WM system is pulling labels from our carriers. Then we label the parcels, and then the goods are prepared to be shipped.
We somehow need to get it out of the warehouse. How is it?
Yeah. We get the final package, and then we need to load it together with our other shipments. So let's go and see how the goods are loaded then.
Perfect.
Our next stop. Do you know where we are now?
Yeah, we somehow need to end the process, don't we?
Not exactly, because before we end the process, we need to optimize and consolidate what we already picked for both stores and for our online customers.
Okay, and the system helps you to do this consolidation, I guess.
System guided, we are doing consolidation from one pallet to another pallet, and all this is tracked in the system and helps our guys.
Okay, and this means then you have this pallet which is difficult to handle, but how to finalize it?
After we finalize the consolidation, we get a automatic task from the EWM system, so that our forklift drivers could take these pallets to wrapping. We have automatic wrapping stations, again supplied by Körber supply chain, so that our pallets are wrapped automatically. Then they are labeled, so each pallet receives an end label. The label is coming completely from SAP WM system.
Okay, then they are ready to ship, aren't they?
Our guys are receiving automatic tasks from wrapping to staging.
Even here?
It's even here, yeah. It's even here, so all these goods are prepared, staged to be loaded. There's a loading process in the system. In our forklifts, drivers are following, so they take the pallet, load into the truck.
Okay, so everything is in?
Yes, truck is ready to leave, but before it leaves, it needs to go to the office so that it gets the final confirmation from us that it's loaded and what is inside. Our EWM system prints the document, and we hand over to the driver, and then it's ready to leave.
Okay, Dimitar, thank you very much for this impressive tour today. It was a pleasure to be with you. And thanks to all of you for joining us on this tour today.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed.